It's a very exciting time to be a fan of Team Fortress 2 right now. The game is quite literally more popular than it's ever been. Valve is seemingly promoting the game. The last update was one of the biggest we've had in a while, and there's a couple other things that just make it really exciting to be interested in the game and the community at the current time, but most importantly, the hottest, jazziest live commentary spot on YouTube is once again open for business. Welcome back to the Bread Bowl, where the only rule is that if you're gonna be here, you need to get comfortable and share a drink with me. Today, I myself am drinking a regular iced coffee that I spilled on myself while desperately trying to sweeten it. Today, I'll be treating you to a little bit of Saxton Hale with a side of discussion of the game and where it sits in response to the summer update. And right about now, you should be seeing the public bulletin board, which I don't know what I was expecting you guys to want to add to it, but somehow I still find myself surprised. Keep those submissions coming in. But back to Team Fortress 2. The game is in a fantastic place right now. And more than that, I've been feeling really excited about the game in its current state. I think mainly because the community finally seems optimistic about the future of it and what's happening with it, or at least content with where we are for the first time in a long time. But either way, I'm just excited, but mostly nostalgic, and that's what I want to focus on for a minute. See, because of everything that's been happening recently, it's kind of reminded me that Team Fortress 2 is an old game. Like, a really old game. And just as all things do, it's changed with age. Team Fortress 2 is not the same game that it was a year ago, 2 years ago, and definitely not 10 years ago when I started playing. And I just kind of want to touch on all of that. I just think it's important to make note that this is not the same game. We're playing something entirely different. Gameplay-wise, it's still the same fun, it's still the same maps, it's still the same gameplay, but it's not the same game. Since ancient times, with every new update, the game would kind of change a little bit entirely. Of course, just like now, we would always get new maps and new hats, the standard stuff, but we would also get a whole slew and list of balance changes and new weapons and sometimes even a new game mode, along with fun community events, votes, and web pages that went along with them. And sometimes, if we were real lucky, we would get ourselves a nice new source filmmaker animation. You could just tell and feel it in the air that there was a lot of love being poured into this game on both the community side and the developer side. There was a very tangible sense of this game growing and getting bigger and grander as more things came and more community members came in and more weapons got added and more things got changed and we geared for competitive mode. And it's very easy to look back on all that and say, man, those were the glory days. And it's very understandable why people look at the game now and see basically just a shell of its former self. I'm not discounting those feelings because those are all very valid and it makes sense. However, I've kind of been forming this opinion as of the reason, and I've been looking for an excuse to kind of fully express my thoughts on it, so this is kind of it. I don't really miss that kind of update anymore, and I don't think it's necessary to be saying that this is a dead game just because we're not getting that kind of content anymore. The way I kind of see it, that was an entirely different game, and I feel like we just need to start appreciating what we have. I think we need to start separating the old Team Fortress 2 and the new Team Fortress 2. Ever since Overwatch came out in, I think, 2016, I have been listening to people say, this game is dead, Overwatch is going to be the end of it, after this, there's no one's going to be playing Team Fortress 2, no one's going to be talking about it, it's a dead game. And that's kind of where it started, I feel, with the Overwatch versus Team Fortress 2 videos, which is such a tired debate, and if you could believe it, is somehow still going on to this very day. Somehow. And then after the whole Overwatch crisis, then came the bot crisis, and then a couple market crashes, and the player base dwindled like a little bit, and ever since then people have been calling it a dead game. For the past couple years, you could get on YouTube at any time, look up Team Fortress 2, and you could find like 10 brand new videos talking about why it's a dead game, and nobody plays it. And here we are in the grand year of 2023, and it's quite literally never been more popular. It's just been very confusing to me for a very long time because the game has just steadily grown over the years. Not on the developer side. Like, I will acknowledge, on the developer side of things, the game has received little to no support from Valve at all. However, just on the YouTube side of things, I think the community is still in a golden age. Every couple weeks, more and more creators for this game are popping up and making videos that are just beyond talented and just incredibly fun to watch, that gather more and more views for this game and this community. And that alone is kind of enough for me. Even if people weren't really playing the game anymore, as long as we have these creators drawing in all these views and making buzz about the game and talking about all these fun topics, I think that could even be enough to sustain the community on its own. But that's not all we have. We have lots of different people making hats, unusual effects, maps for the game, SFM artwork. The community is and always has been just buzzing with life in all different sorts of forms and contexts, and oh, the songs. How could I not have even mentioned the songs? Oh my god, the animations? The animation community is also still popping off to this very day. And it's just been so crazy to me that despite all the videos, all the artwork, all the music, all the maps, all the hats, all the effort and dedication being poured into this game from all corners of the internet, that people still have the audacity to come in here and say, it's a dead game, nobody plays it. And I think the main reason for that is because people look at it and they say, oh, well, the game is nothing like it was when Jungle Inferno hit. It's, where's the heavy update? And it's like, at this point, I think we need to be managing our expectations a little bit. I think we need to fully come to terms with the fact that this is a new Team Fortress 2. This is not the old one. I want everyone to come with me and meet the new Team Fortress 2. The way I see it, 10 years ago, even 5 years ago, Team Fortress 2 was a young man wearing sunglasses, riding in on his motorcycle once or twice a year, and he'd go, hey you, I got some new hats on this baby. I got some new hats and some new maps for you. And I've also, and he tips down his sunglasses and he looks at you with his eyes, his bright blue eyes, his hazel eyes, and he goes, and I also got a brand new weapon and a host of balance changes back here. And then he gives it all to you and he goes, see you next year. And then he drives away. And now the new Team Fortress 2, he's older. He's not some 20-something playboy now. He's more like 40. He's calmed down a little bit. He's settled down. He's still trying his best to give you love and care, to the best of his ability, but he's not what he used to be, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. In the words of Huey Lewis in the news, he's learned that it's hip to be square. He's learned that he can give you an update without all the flashy parts, like the animations and the cool web pages, and maybe even, as much as it sucks, without the new weapons, and still foster a community and a life and keep the flame that is this game alive. The new Team Fortress 2 is just a guy. He's not flashy, but he knows what he's doing. And at his core, he's still fun. He's still the same guy we all know and love, but he's just changed. And that's okay. So the summer update was labeled a major update, major content update. And when comparing that to major content updates of the past, absolutely, of course, this is disappointing. There's no new weapons, there's no new balance changes, there's no fun multi-day website promoting it, no animations, none of that. But when you really think about it, all of that is Valve's way of updating the game, but Valve isn't the one updating the game anymore. The new Team Fortress 2 belongs to the community, and this update, in every sense, is the truest community update to ever grace us. Now, as for what we did get, we got some of the best and also okayest maps I've ever played on. To go on a little tangent really quick, actually, last week I had recorded an entire tier list ranking of all the maps in this update and all the hats, And this clip is the only thing that I think is usable from the video. The attention to detail is immaculate. You can get in this car. When you push the payload, it feels so immersive. I feel like I'm going driving down the Arizona highway. Which I think was really funny, but that was like the only funny part of the video. Anyway, back to the summer update. So, these maps that have been released are genuinely some of the prettiest and most fun that I've ever played on. And on top of that, of course, we got new cosmetics and new war paints, which, yeah, come in every update, and it's nothing new, it's nothing special, but I always think it's fun. You know, it's just fun. It's nice just to hold up this idea that Team Fortress 2 was a hat simulator, and, you know, I'm gonna buy into it. I can't not, you know. It's part of the game, it's part of the culture, it's all part of it, it's all nice and fun. There's nothing really interesting to say about the hats. And the big draw to this update, they added a new game mode, which is a community game mode with community maps and community voice lines and all that. And while the addition of this game mode doesn't signify the big return of Valve, you know, back to the helm of the ship, driving Team Fortress 2 in a new direction, it's just really exciting. And it's this specifically that's gotten me feeling kind of nostalgic. Because while I've been playing this new game mode, Saxton Hale, I find myself getting on, you know, late at night, 11 o'clock p.m., and then playing until 2 in the morning, whatever else, just having fun with the game. Having fun exploring new dumb strategies to try and defeat Saxton Hale, or excitedly seeing if I get to play Saxton Hale this round, or it just reminds me of when I was younger, when I was 15, 16, playing this game also at 3 in the morning for hours on end, just having a genuinely good time with it, opening a new crate, excited to see what I might get out of it. And the fact that this is all community made kind of just makes me love it even more. This is a new Team Fortress 2. This is our Team Fortress 2. It doesn't belong to Valve anymore, it belongs to us. And I think that as the community has kind of realized that, it's gotten very exciting. So excited that 2 weeks ago, we hit an all-time high on the most players playing this game at one time. I think it was like 250,000. And that made me so incredibly happy, just getting on Twitter, seeing all these people talking about how popular the game is and how it's getting mainstream attention, and just seeing people post their clips and post all these videos about the summer update, and it just feels a lot like the updates of the past. Everybody's talking about it, everyone's giving their feelings about it, it's drawing in hundreds of thousands of players. It feels to me like the community, the world is healing, nature is finally returning. Jerma and Star both have been making Team Fortress 2 content. I know at least a little bit. I don't know how much they plan on making or if they're going to continue making content for it, but I know Jerma streamed it and Star recently made a video on Team Fortress 2, which is crazy. The wildlife is returning, and that's absolutely insane. I found myself the other day watching, of all people, a Tyler McVicker video talking about how there are rumors of new developers joining the Team Fortress 2 team because of how much attention it's been getting. And that genuinely makes me feel like I'm 15 again. I haven't watched or listened to Tyler McVicker in years because of how many times that dude has been wrong about anything happening with Half-Life 3 or new Team Fortress 2 updates coming soon. It feels so silly to be watching this dude that has been wrong so many times give me hope for this game. And it's like, I feel like I don't even need to be given hope by rumors of developers joining the team again, because as long as we have the community, that's all we need. And while it would be nice to have more developers and new team members working on the game, making more content for us, building the game up even more again, it is almost unnecessary. And that's not to say that Valve supporting the game again would be a bad thing, because if these supposed rumors of more people joining the team are true, and Valve is supporting the game again, that would be more than exciting. I mean, it's already kind of exciting what's been happening, like, just the addition of one new piece of artwork, literally just a grill that pops up on the home screen is beyond exciting. I feel like I'm kind of rambling at this point, and I'm not really sure that I have anything more to say, but thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in game, now, and for a long time from now. See you next time.